Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the good, the bad, and the unknown, the newest and soon-to-be top podcast in the country. The GBU Podcast is hosted by the man that made this possible, Frank Flowers. Frank is joined by his cousins who discuss daily topics, host interviews with intriguing guests, current news topics, and relating everyday experiences to their past experiences and stories of growing up in the Boston area. The GBU Podcast is produced and brought to you by Mountain View Media. Mountain View Media is your go-to media production company for social media content and other internet content. And now, we kick it to Frank and the cousins in the studio.
All right. Thank you for coming.
Let's go.
We're missing a guy.
Yeah,
Must be on vacation.
it's all right.
Talk about vacations. I went to Florida this week. What a nightmare. You think it'd be a nice vacation? Florida is beautiful. I like it.
Florida's a shithole.
You think so?
Absolutely.
No.
Why you say that?
Couldn't pay me enough money.
Really?
Nope.
Land of the mouse.
Fuck that. Never got a good experience in Florida.
Land of the mouse.
Florida would be okay if it weren't for Floridians.
Okay, well, you.
I have a buddy from Florida. He's like, you say you talk a lot of shit about Florida, Anthony, but the warm weather attracts a lot of people. And I said, okay, that's fine. I'll roll with that.
Better than the winters here.
I'd take the winters here.
You're right about
When
that.
I retire, I'm going north.
Oh wait, where?
I had an experience. I thought it was a Floridian. We drove all the way from Lauderdale. We were staying in Pompano, and then we drove all the way to Naples. That's nice. You been there?
I've not been there.
Okay, that's ground zero for Italians. That's why they called it Naples.
They call it that.
Naples.
So grounds, everybody I would walk by, hear all these Sicilians talking. You know what I mean?
Nice.
And we went to meet a couple out there, real nice people. I know the sons and everybody, and they took us around Naples. Then we went to the Marco Island Beach.
Okay.
You ever been to the West Coast?
No.
Florida?
No.
And you're commenting and you're bashing Florida?
You've seen one place, you've seen it all.
No, you got to go to the West.
I heard the West
It's
Coast is
beautiful.
nice. I've never
West
been.
Coast is beautiful.
I'm sure it's beautiful. Still
So
Floridian.
we go there.
Not from Mexico.
They're all prepared. They got this wagon. They got their chairs. They got tents. They got fucking umbrellas. It's beautiful. They took care of us. We get there. We build this tent and umbrellas. Took about a half hour. We're laying down. I brought the dog with me.
Okay.
Little Buzz there. And I dig a little hole underneath the chair, and he goes under there. Now, they're underneath the tent. I'm laying in the sun. A half hour in, I see a pickup truck, the Marco Island police. Fucking guy drives up. I'm like, oh, God, I just sit there. I'm staring at the ocean. And he's like, yeah, we got a problem. I didn't answer him. Let my wife take care of it. He's like, yeah, unfortunately, there's no dogs on the beach. I go, guy, how do you know we even have a dog? He's underneath the chair, underneath this fucking tent. The guy's like, we got a complaint. So I get up and I look around. There's like a few people around us. I'm like, all right, this little fat shit right here. She's probably like, there's no dogs in the beach. Fucking Razzi-Dazzi rules. So he goes, yeah, unfortunately, the dog has to leave the beach. I said, buddy, me and the dog, we're not leaving. Just sat there. So they're such a nice people that we went to. They're like, Frank, it's okay. We'll just pack up. We'll go back. I said, Maria, don't even move. We're not leaving. We're not fucking leaving. Just sit right there. The guy's like, all right, so it's going to be a little difficult time, then. You're going to give me a difficult time? I said, no, you're giving me a difficult time. It's 100 degrees out. You want me to put my dog in a car or wherever you want me to put him. It's not happening.
Is this a police officer
Yeah. Oh.
or a cop or a?
Fucking beach officer. Baywatch.
Sounds like a good plan. Talk shit to the cop. It always ends well.
I didn't talk shit. I just told him I'm not leaving. Here's the problem. Please. So this guy's like, well, I'm going to have to give you a fine. I'm like, all right, if you give me a fine, I'm not leaving. He's like, I'm going to have to give you a $100 fine. I said, fine. Give me a $100 fine. Here's the fucking kicker. He goes, I need your information. I don't have a license, so he's punching in the computer. And when he sees my city, he's like, he says the zip code. I'm like, how do you know my zip code? He goes, I'm from the next town over.
Oh no
I'm
shit!
like, are you fucking kidding me? You live in the next town over in Massachusetts, and you're giving me a fucking ticket because someone called and complained about a little dog. He's like, I'm just doing my job. You're not gonna like this, Anthony.
I'm sure I'm not.
I said, you know what? Those are the same fucking answers that people used to say when they wouldn't let blacks or Italians into fucking places, or even the Nazis. Same fuck. They were doing their fucking job. And he says, I'm not going there. I said, you don't have to. You already did. I said, give me my fucking ticket. He gives me my ticket. I sat down. So, this is what confused me. Where do these fucking people come from that they can't make a common sense decision? Where?
It's not a common
Just like years ago, they couldn't make a common sense decision.
It's
You have to have balls to tell someone that you can't have a dog that's hidden underneath the fucking chair, that he can't go stay on the beach.
Well,
It's not your call to make.
let's get one
It
thing.
is my
Let's
call.
ask.
It's fucking America.
Let me ask.
It ain't
Was
his
it
beach.
was it posted?
I don't know. I didn't look.
Of course it was.
It must.
Sure it was.
Probably small.
Let's
letters
assume
at
it
the
was
bottom.
posted everywhere and Frank ignored it.
Okay, and there was other things posted years ago. There was stupid fucking laws.
Sure. And you're
And people who followed them.
and you're equating the plight of your 8-pound dog to the plight of races that have been discriminated against?
No, no.
Or are you
You're
equating
confusing it.
yourself to
I'm
those
equating the piece of shit
He's
that
equating the
enforces the
police
law,
officer.
the type of person that enforces that stupid law.
Okay.
Okay, people who I would never.
But you're okay.
50 years ago, I would
All right.
never enforce.
Okay,
it.
I'll rephrase.
I personally
I'll
would
rephrase.
enforce
So you're equating the stupidity of a
Police officer.
perceived public health law regarding dogs on a beach to laws
To the
created
people.
for segregation.
the type of person he is. They still exist.
No, it's not his fault. To
It
do
is his
job.
fault. He could have just said, "Oh, it's a service dog. All right, I'll see you later."
So he's going to risk his job.
Ooh. The guy was 70 years old. He's doing this.
He's
part-time.
just saying. So he's going to risk
What's he risking?
his job.
What's he risking?
His job. His job. You know the thing. You wake up in the morning. You make a decision to be successful. That's you. His
I don't
decision to be
I don't
successful
bother
is-
nobody being successful.
I understand that. But there's a posted sign.
I didn't see.
How about this? I'll give you a dog story. I like dog stories. Here's a good dog story.
You understand my point? I need you
No,
to understand my
I
point.
don't understand your
it's
point.
It's the type
It's
of
a
person
bullshit
that
point.
still exists. These type of people do not need to be in fucking power. They can't make a common
You don't
sense
think that officer should have at least been a little fair and let up and just said, "Go ahead, just
He did.
move on with your day."
He did. He's supposed to issue a fine.
And I bought him for $100.
And he didn't. He didn't issue the fine.
He did.
He said,
He did. He gave me the
"Wait,
fine."
Wait. His job on paper is to look at people who are violating the ordinance and write them a ticket.
Okay.
He didn't. He said, "Look, there's no dogs allowed. I'm sorry, I have to do this." In your own words, "I don't want to do this, but you have to
leave."
go."
I told my
When
wife.
Frank refused, he wrote the ticket. So he already bended the rules. Or bent the rules, Jesus. Bent the rules.
Bended.
Bended, whatever. Harvard education. That's what my wife will say. All right, how about this? I got a story that involves dogs and Nazis, and it's in Boston.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. You guys ever been to Castle Island?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm at Castle Island. I'm with my wife and my son. My younger son wasn't born yet. My older son was small, so like three years old. And I have my dogs with me, which are 2 Newfoundlands. And you had Newfoundlands are big dogs, 165 and 135. Big dogs. We're walking around Castle Island. And this giant Rottweiler comes running towards us.
All right.
Hold on. Has nothing to do with it.
Rottweiler. Go ahead.
It's a Rottweiler.
They're barred from fucking 32 states.
It's a Rottweiler.
All right, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go for it.
We're talking about a little puppy.
So a Rottweiler comes running. Off leash, runs up to us. So of course I stand in front of the wife, kids, and the dogs. Right? And the dog's actually perfectly friendly. Right? Dog comes.
Oh, is that why you walk like that?
Yeah. Dog's friendly. I'm petting the dog. The owners come running up. They're like, "Oh, we're so sorry. Sorry he ran up to you like that." I was like, he got off his leash. And I'm like, "No problem. It's no big deal." And the guy I remember this in retrospect, but he looked at me, gave me sort of a once-over. And I have this sort of aggressive look, right? Bald, beard, tattoos, whatever it is. I have this aggressive look.
Sinbad.
Sure.
What aggressive look.
It's aggressive.
It's aggressive.
Got you. Go ahead.
Right? Especially when I'm not in my work clothes.
Run with it.
Anyway, I started asking the guy about his dog. I'm like, "Oh, what's your dog's name?" He goes, "Oh, it's Himmler." I go, "Himmler? Is your dog's name?" He's like, "Yeah. Is there Adolf loves playing with him?" I'm like, "Who's Adolf?" And he goes, "Oh, my son." Now, I start looking at this guy, really looking at his tattoos. And he looks just like me, but his tattoos are all swastikas, SS symbols.
Skinhead.
All is a skinhead. Then he proceeds to try to recruit me, which I thought was the funniest thing. I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go." We start walking away, and the guy's following. He's like, "No, you should really think about it. It's a good cause,
Oh,
trying
what'd you
to
say?
purify the
Like,
race, blah 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 blah." And I'm like, "You're on Castle Island. This is like the most diverse place you could possibly be."
And you gave him a free pass. See, I would have told him to go fuck himself. Him and his fucking dog and his son.
Okay,
These people gotta stop. They're ignorant.
It was a skinhead.
I'm not saying that he's not ignorant.
They're
I'm not
ignorant.
saying I agreed with him.
They're
Obviously, I don't. But I'm also not going to say go fuck yourself to a guy who's clearly got his screws a few loose in front of my wife and my kids and my dogs, so he doesn't come after me with a fucking knife or whatever.
Tell him to go fuck himself.
That's fine. You can do that. You can do that, and then when he comes after you with your knife with your kids behind you, then you can figure it out. When you're 3-year-old and your wife who's trying to run away.
It wouldn't happen.
It's happened before.
I don't think it would happen.
It was bad for the other guy, but go ahead.
Fair enough. That's all. So, I'm sorry that a 7-year-old officer made you upset about your dog.
He didn't make me upset. I still won. I'm stayed on the beach for another 3 hours. We had a
made you-
good time.
Yeah.
Can you appeal the ticket?
He's just
Yeah,
never
you got to
gonna
go to
pay.
court in Makawa. I got to go back. That could be a good excuse to go
I'm
back.
just saying. I'm sorry that he's, slapped your pee-pee bit and you got really sad and it bothered you so
but
much
I'm
that you're talking about it on your podcast.
I'm talking about people that are like that, like then all in 1 week. Then my daughter calls. She got a ticket. All right, so I said, all right, you got to pay it. I'll send it. We'll pay it. She goes, yeah, but it's crazy. I got a ticket, and then the guy wrote me another ticket 4 minutes later. What kind of human does that?
I don't know.
Control freak.
Did he know who you were? Had he met you before?
This is in Delaware. She's not here.
I don't know. Just 'cause you seem to know cops in all the states.
I know. I don't know them at all.
Oh, the 70-year-old.
7-year-olds from towns over.
What was it?
Imagine.
I only got pulled over twice like that. Once I got pulled over by a different cop in the same town for the same reason, like a half an hour later. I'm like, I already got the fucking ticket. I'll take care of it. It was a rejection sticker or something on my car.
Oh, he tried to pull you over twice for the rejection.
Yeah. I'm like, I already got a ticket. Can I just keep the one? Because it's 8 o'clock at night. I don't know any inspection stations that are open right now.
Yeah, but cops, they're weird. I have friends that are cops, and some. I don't think all cops are good. No way. But I don't know what it is. Why they got to get so controlling? There's a way to communicate with people and just make a common sense decision.
You go to a bar, right? And the outside there's a guy checking IDs.
Yeah.
He asks for
went
your
through this.
he asks for your ID, right? And you go, guy, what the fuck? Don't I clearly look old enough? I don't
doing my job.
I don't have my license.
I'm just doing my
I
job.
can't let you in with a license.
Ping.
Is that guy a piece of shit too?
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
Why?
Yes. I was in the business.
You could be Benjamin Button.
They
He
can.
doesn't know that.
They can make a call.
They have to make a judgment call. They
Guy
should.
looks 100 fucking years old. You don't have to
especially
ask
if
him for
he-
your license.
Especially if you look over 40.
Can I tell you what it is?
They also send in sting guys to make
know they
sure
do.
that they do that.
You're right.
And if you're one of those guys, all of a sudden he loses his job. The bar loses their liquor license after whatever how many offenses
Yeah,
there
they
are.
don't want you to make a judgment on anybody. So, especially when it's close to 21 years old, that's what it's all about. But we got people that don't know how to even make that judgment, so they have to just.
But why give them the power? Why give them the power of the judgment? It's not their job to judge. That's why you have an ID.
That's fine. I was in the business. It was a nightmare.
I know.
Just even dress codes and then the IDs and everything that comes along with it.
How were you? Were you lenient?
I don't give a fuck. You 21?
Yeah.
Well, make sure you're 21. If you had an ID that's 21, they checked if it was fake. If it wasn't fake, you got in. I didn't make a big deal.
And if you didn't have an ID and you looked like you were over 21.
You'd have to really look like you were over. Oh, unless I knew the customer. If I didn't know the customer, no, they wouldn't get in. Because,
So what happened with the cop? Did he come back, write you another ticket, or he just left you alone?
no, he left me alone.
What happened to the lady behind you that was that made the complaint? Did she leave?
I had to be polite because I was with these nice couple.
Okay.
So I waited.
But when you didn't leave and the dog clearly didn't leave, what did she do?
She was upset because the lady after told me, the woman that I was with, she's like, yeah, when you were arguing with the cop or telling him you weren't leaving, she was in the background going. So I knew it was her. Like, who the fuck is she to control the beach? This is what I'm talking about.
She's
My
not
dog wasn't bothering anybody.
So Anthony, in essence, he didn't do his job. The cop.
Not an issue. He followed the spirit of the law, not the letter.
He gave him a ticket
Correct?
and let him stay on the beach for 3 hours. He did not do his job.
Yeah.
You know what I was going to do?
Or at least he wrote him a ticket.
I was going to grab the dog, and I was going to go in the water and say, you can't fucking tell me to leave.
So do you know why they don't allow dogs on beaches?
You know, I read the law. They can't fucking tell you to leave if you're in the water.
Well, Anthony, they do.
No, they have no jurisdiction to the ocean.
It's international waters.
Yeah, there's something about high tide, low tide, but I would tell you, high tide, low tide yourself. You and your fucking laws. I'm in the water.
Oh, that's
I'm
the
free
best.
right now.
There's
You have to look that up and see if that's for real.
no.
It
So
is. Look it up.
in Jamaica, all the drug dealers are out in the water.
Yeah.
This is the thing.
They're
All the drug dealers are out in the
Yeah,
water.
You're right.
They
You're
literally
right.
stand in the water. So if
Behind
you-
a rope.
Behind a rope. And they put the rope up for them. So if you want to get drugs, you go to them.
Go right to the rope.
to the rope, and then they sell you the drugs, and you come back.
So they can't get arrested.
So they can't get arrested while they're out there.
You can even get hookers and bikinis out there.
Stop.
You probably could.
I'm telling you. Oh my God! I'm just talking about
out
the
of your
person, the different personalities that we had. This is what caused issues years ago. Fucking idiots following laws that they should have never ever followed. And how about the people that made the rules? They're even worse.
Well-
and we still continue this
Well,
bullshit in 2024.
In essence, it's a rule. Anthony, why won't they let dogs on a beach?
Because most people don't pick up the dog shit.
Okay.
I'm thinking more, doesn't the dog suffer in that hot sand?
Yeah, nobody takes their
No,
dog.
they don't give a shit about that. That's not what it's about. People are gonna catch diseases, worms, whatever, stepping in dog shit, whatever it is. That's why they don't allow it.
Dog shit in the beach?
No.
Yes, all the time.
I've never.
What beach you go to? Revere?
No.
Revere.
Oh shit! That's
Oh,
why
he
I
just
hate
said he went
Florida.
to Castle Island. Fucking
Go
Rottweiler.
to Casa Island, you go to the beaches up on the North Shore, right? You go to Wingershik, whatever. There's certain beaches that off season you can go with your dogs.
Right.
Right? Fall to winter. Right? But there's also when there's
Okay, you know what? Let me justify my case. Let's go to, and I want to say I feel bad for them. I kind of do, but I don't. Homeless people. Forget about homeless people. I'm not going to call them homeless people because they love being outside.
Now we're gonna compare homeless people to what?
I'm going to give me a chance.
Okay.
They love being outside, so they're not homeless. That's their home. Okay. They fucking get their drugs every day. They shoot up, and this is experience because I see them around certain places that I manage. I'm not gonna. Yeah, fuck it, Lowell. All right. They don't even know how to handle it, anyways. So they're there, getting all banged up, right? Making a mess of people's property, going to the bathroom wherever they want, right? But nobody enforces that law. It's okay to go to the bathroom in public?
No.
It's okay to shoot fucking heroin in public?
No.
It's okay to sleep on other people's properties in public?
You are comparing.
It's okay to make fucking little cardboard mansions on people's
I
property?
see the.
You're comparing apples to fucking pretzels.
No,
They choose what law
No, they.
to enforce and what they bust my balls over a dog that's under a chair. You can't even see
I
him.
see where
Plus,
he's
I got
going
a tent
with.
over
I
me.
see where he's going with it. Is
This is what I'm talking about. These people that we got to deal with. In
to
life.
a degree.
I can. Yeah. Go ahead, Bruno.
Think about it.
Please.
Well, think about that for a minute. He's comparing that the gentleman wouldn't let your dog stay on that beach because of
Hold on, he was my neighbor. He lives the next town over.
Town over.
Okay. So that means he should.
Yeah,
he
you should have
give
given
you a
some
break?
kind of connection. Say, oh, kid, you're from over here. You know, hey, whatever. Just fake the ticket. Just tell the lady you got a ticket. Whatever. I would have still said you fucking.
Hey, that's fine. I very much disagree with your
That's
homeless
fine.
connection.
You have the right to disagree.
I do.
You would have been one of those people.
What the fuck are you talking about? How would I have been one of those people?
Go fill out an application to be a cop on where is it again?
For a lot of
On the beach?
Yeah,
Beach cop?
Marco Island Beach. You'd be
Island.
perfect.
Beach
Yeah,
cop?
give everybody a ticket.
It's fine.
You'll feel better at the end of the day.
I'm not gonna feel.
I
like
was a
everyone.
cop, right?
not-
For 100 years, I wouldn't write one ticket.
You would be a shit
I
cop.
talk to people. I'd be like,
No, not necessarily.
absolutely
How would you be a
would.
shit cop?
I wouldn't
What's
be
the
a shit
what's the
cop.
point of what's the
I
point?
would teach people,
What's the point of laws if they can't be enforced? And this is coming
What
from someone
laws?
who has broken many, let's
oh,
call it moving
laws?
violations, right? In a car. I don't have an excellent track record in a vehicle, but every time they got me, right? And it is what it is, right? But what's the point of having them? You would never write one ticket. Some guy goes by you in a school zone at 100 fucking miles an hour. You're not going to give him a ticket?
No, yeah, him. I pull him over.
Okay, so you would write him a ticket.
Him a ticket.
What about 80 miles an hour?
Yeah, him too.
What about 60 miles an hour?
Probably
What
not.
kind of cars? Some cars have good.
What about 30 miles an hour in a
school zone? Forget it. You got to go 25. That's
Okay,
it. You
fine.
should be going slow.
Okay.
You're setting me up over here.
I'm not setting you up. I'm using your words
School
against
zones,
you.
no.
Oh, school zones. Okay,
First
so
of all-
school zones get a pass. All right, but thickly settled residential zones where kids play all the time and there's no sidewalks, right? And you can go 70 miles an hour through there, right? It's 30
Those
miles.
guys you got to pull over. I'm talking about
You
the
said
cop that goes,
if I was a cop for
pull over.
100 years.
I'm
Hold on,
talking.
hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Play back the tape, please. If I was a cop for 100 years, I wouldn't write one
Bust
ticket.
anybody's balls. All right, let me clarify it. Okay, I wouldn't be pulling someone over and go, hey, you're fucking 6 miles over the limit,
Okay.
5 miles over the limit.
So by
You
your
do that.
but by your logic too, you wouldn't write the homeless guy a ticket to shooting up. You
I
wouldn't
would
write-
in a second. I'd
Okay,
arrest
so
them.
change you.
I'd arrest them.
So somehow you get to be the judge and the lawmaker by
No,
get to
I'm
selectively
enforcing
enforce.
the
No,
law.
you selectively enforce. That's
no,
bullshit.
I'm
You
not
can't
selectively.
enforce anything.
There should be a leeway, 1 or 2 miles, 5 miles, 10 miles over the limit. It depends on what zone you are. I know. How's this? It's about making a common sense decision.
It's a judgment
That's what I'm getting
call.
down.
It's a judgment call. And
Yeah,
in
yeah.
your eyes, the judgment call is only good if you make the judgment.
Yeah, that's what my job is.
Okay? And the reason why there's a law is so that doesn't happen. So you don't get to be
Laws
the fucking
are
judge.
obviously flawed. Nobody follows them. Nobody enforces them correctly. If they want to judge it to the extreme that they do, I'll judge it the way I want to judge it,
how about
which
this?
is even better for the people.
So what's the point of having laws?
You should have laws. but
Why?
You should be. They don't judge it. We don't use them.
Okay,
They're clearly
so
not
why
used.
so why have them? Why have any laws at all? If they're all flawed, they
Why
don't get enforced.
Let me ask you this
Nobody
question.
follows them.
Let me
Why
ask you
have
this
them?
question. Why do we have laws?
To create an orderly society,
Of what kind of people?
law-abiding citizens.
I don't break any laws every day. I can live in a lawless society.
Okay, you could.
Exactly. We have to have laws for the fucking people that don't respect other people and other people's properties. So they
Yeah,
have
that's
to create.
law.
And who does it punish? Us.
How does it punish you? You don't break any laws. You don't get in trouble. The people who break laws get in trouble. That's exactly what you just described. We have to have laws for the people that don't live in a just society.
Forget the laws. Forget the laws. Forget the laws.
Jesus Christ. No, you tell me. Where do we go from here?
I think he's just sore about the ticket and
I think that's exactly what it is. I think he got too
All right,
hard
here's
of a
another
slap, and
incident.
now he's sad, and now,
Now
he's
we're in
homeless people.
Florida. Now we're in Florida. I tell you, it was excitement, a lot of excitement. So we went out for we go for breakfast in the buffet there in the hotel, right? And it's like a little buffet, whatever. So we got this kid.
Save any for the homeless? Did you bring any to them outside so they could eat?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So there's a couple people that keep filling the egg tray and this, all the food and everything. So I noticed the kid with his phone pointing at 2 little 15-year-old girls, right? And I'm like, what the fuck's that kid doing? And I get next to him and I hear model agency. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So all of a sudden, the girls are walking out. I grab the work. The kid clearly works. He's working for the hotel. And I grab the girls. I go, the girls, that kid soliciting you about being in a model agency? He goes, yeah.
This
I
girl-
says, you spend too much time with him. Why are you even talking to someone like that? A model agency doesn't scoop eggs into a fucking bin and then tries to get you for a model agency. First of all, you shouldn't be talking to any guys, number one.
Model
That's
agency
older
doesn't
than
scoop
scoop
eggs.
I was pissed. This is the first time I went to this hotel without my girls, okay? Because it would have got ugly. Fuck the laws, I tell you right now. All of a sudden, I was so pissed. I go, what do I do? Do I throw hot coffee in this kid's face? I beat the fuck out of him? Or do I do the right thing? For the first time in my life, I did the right thing. I went to management. I didn't call the cops because I doubt they would have listened. I went to the management and I
They're too
said,
busy writing dog tickets.
exactly. And I said to the lady, I go, listen, You have an employee there soliciting 15-year-old girls,
How old was he? Let's add some context.
30s.
Ah, gross. Okay.
Yeah, ugly.
Yeah.
too. And I said,
Ugly too.
I said, he's soliciting to 15-year-old girls. They're sitting right over there. He's got to go right now. I go, this kid's got to go. You guys call the police. Do what you, sir. This is corporate. We have a process we have to go through. I said, here's your fucking process. Either you get rid. You had 2 minutes to investigate this situation, or I'll take care of it in 2 minutes. And I walked away. I'm not even giving her a chance to respond. She runs over to the kid, and I seen him showing the phone and everything. And then I went back to her. I said, what's going to happen? She says, well, he did show me. I said, I don't give a fuck what he showed you. He's got to go. You don't solicit model agencies to 2 little girls at a Marriott hotel.
Sure.
That's human trafficking, kid.
Not yet.
If
Not yet.
If she gave him her number or they
Still not
swap-
human trafficking.
What is it? What's he picking her up for? For model agency?
I don't know. I think it's sketchy as hell, but let's play devil's advocate, right? You ever walk through a mall, right? About 10 years ago,
I'm talking about a kid ready to.
I get it.
Girls.
I'm with you. You did everything right. I feel exactly the same way. Let's play devil's advocate. That's what literally I'm here for. It's the only reason I
I'll give it.
exist.
Can I
Go ahead.
Let me
finish
tell you
it.
the
Yeah.
ending.
How'd it go?
They fired him
Good.
instantly.
Good.
That
And I went online and I had my wife email to make sure that he was fired and everything. They responded with not only he was fired, we called the local authorities and we have them investigate.
they fired him on the spot while you were there.
Had to.
Wow,
I
good for you.
made it clear if you do not get rid of him, I will take care of it. I had to. I was emotional.
And that's
Well, that makes up for the dog on the beach. You
now,
did a good
if
thing.
everybody
You did a
acted
good thing.
the same way, these people wouldn't have the balls to do that in public. But people always hide, run. They always want to talk about it, but they don't do shit when they see it. Like the guy with the fucking ticket. If everybody told that guy to go fuck himself with the dog ticket, whatever he is, he wouldn't do it. He'd say, fuck this. I quit my job. Yeah, no big deal.
Yeah, but then you get some other asshole that gets appointed.
Bring him on.
so here's the only thing I'll say about this.
Yeah, go ahead.
You were mildly inconvenienced on the beach,
Thank you. I
right? Hold on.
have to build
Mildly inconvenienced at the beach. And then you did an absolutely amazing thing by reporting this individual, right? Who was probably some kind of predator,
Absolutely.
right? 100%.
Guaranteed.
Which one did you bring up first?
The dog
Okay. That
came into my head.
it bothered you more.
We weren't even supposed to
It
talk.
bothered you more. It bothered you more.
Didn't bother me. I won. For $100, I won. Do you understand? I won. I stayed on the beach with the dog, and the fat shit behind me was livid that she had to leave. She left her chair because she didn't win. I won.
You're making my point.
And I would have won again because I would have took the dog and I would have went in the water. I would have stayed in the water with the dog. I would have put my chair right in the water.
And yeah. And you
I
can
would've
make
won.
a federal case out
No
of
matter
this.
how
It's
you put it, I
fine.
would have won
Okay.
because I didn't violate anybody's.
I think
Okay.
Anthony was trying to ask which one were you more upset about,
Oh, the kid,
first or the second?
girls,
Kid.
the little girls, absolutely.
Of course. I'm
would be
making
too.
a joke.
I hate to even admit it. Thank God, I don't know what came over me. It
It's good.
took me 50 years to become a little.
But
bit
you
mature,
did
but
the right
I was
thing
gonna-
in the
I was
right
gonna get ugly
place
with this
at
kid.
the right time. You did everything you were supposed to do, right?
Good.
Perfect. And it looks like they did too, right? So in that way, everything worked
Yeah, but I
out.
sped up the process in the corporate world because they would have took forever.
That's fine. And again, kudos.
He was the judge. He was the jury.
No, he wasn't.
In that hour.
He was not.
I love it.
He was the complainant. He was the fat bitch behind him at the beach.
That's right.
That's what he was.
For real.
You were.
But I was a legitimate.
That's exactly what you were. You were like, there's a problem
let me-
over here.
all right,
That was a major fucking problem, Anthony.
There's a problem. And I agree.
The dog
I agree.
wasn't.
I agree.
Let's change the thing.
I'm
Fat
just saying.
bitch
It's the,
Karen.
no.
Yes.
No, I'm using your words,
Yes.
not mine. Those are your words.
I'm
paraphrasing.
I was legit with my complaint.
I'm paraphrasing. I only use that for context.
In life,
I
you
only
see
use that for
something,
context.
You say something.
I get it. Yeah, Karen did too. She was like, that motherfucker's got a dog.
Yeah, she did that. She, in her
Yeah.
head, she was like, I'm going to call the cops on that
Yeah, fair enough.
Italian
I-
on Marco Island. How dare he?
Maybe she was Italian. You don't know.
She wasn't Italian.
How do you know?
Trust me.
How do you know?
Oh, I know.
How do you know?
Like, I'm not going to sit here and describe
How do you know?
because I know. Because an Italian lady wouldn't give a fuck.
I disagree.
I don't.
Old school Italian, they hate dogs. Ooh, they hate dogs.
All right, here's the thing.
Hate dogs.
I'll tell you why I've never had a pet in my life. This is my first pet. Okay?
Okay.
And just like anything else, he's a 15 little pound Cavachon. Think about it. We just set up this Taj Mahal of a tent. What do you want me to do? Take it down and appease this guy and fat shit Karen?
No, what they want is for you not to bring the dog to the beach. Leave it at home.
Why? He's underneath the chair. He's not bothering anybody.
I don't disagree.
Change the laws.
I don't disagree with you.
Maybe I did something that might change the law.
Okay, but here's the thing. The guy writing you the ticket didn't make the fucking law.
I'm writing him a letter.
The city council made the law, elected by the people in that town.
No.
Who made the law.
Exactly. The city councils are made up of inexperienced people. They probably don't even have dogs, number one. For
Let's
them to make a law like
go!
that, they have no fucking dog.
That's fine.
That's what we're experiencing
Yes.
today. Years ago, city council members
Those-
were in business.
those
They had
fuckers
properties.
don't have dogs. They hate
owned
dogs.
properties. They knew how to make decisions. Now we got all these clowns on city councils. They want to make because they live in fucking cellars. They're renting and they were born in America, but they for some reason they can't save enough money to buy a house.
Hold on. So you're telling me what
Oh,
you,
we're
hold
gonna
on,
start
hold
rent control
No, hold
because I
on.
can't fucking afford it.
Hold on. So what you're
Because
telling
I can't get a second job.
So what you're telling me is that
Or a third.
everything was infinitely better.
Because I went to college and majored in liberal arts.
What you're telling
Oh
me.
no, that's my fucking problem.
What you're telling me is that city councils should only
Should have some type of requirement. Yeah. Yeah,
So they
yeah.
should only be
Absolutely.
wealthy landowners. Should they be
I
men
didn't say
too?
wealthy. I did not say wealthy. You're throwing that in there to twist it all up. They should. One of them.
I can read
how's
between
this?
the lines.
One of them out of six should own
I
a
can
house.
read between the lines.
Don't twist it.
I'm not twisting it. I'm
twisting
reading.
it.
I'm good at this.
Bruno, am I right?
Yeah, I think he has a point, Anthony. He does. And
We
you
banned
did- and
rent
you-
control 30 years ago. Now all of a
and
sudden,
you did put
all
a
the
little
states
twist
and
on it.
cities want to bring.
Well,
it
we
back.
should-
Do you
So-
think 25 years ago there were more dogs on the beach?
No,
30 years ago?
no,
40?
no.
Let me ask you something. When
Really?
we grew up, going down the park,
Anthony Wise,
there
no.
were free. There
Because
were,
fewer people had dogs.
there were
40 years ago.
German shepherds loose everywhere. There was no leash.
That's true.
How about a
think.
leash law? How about a leash law on the beach?
Okay.
That would cure everything.
No.
Why not?
Still shit.
You don't know what the reason is that they made the law.
I'm gonna tell you a reason.
I'll
They
give-
don't have a
hold
dog.
on, hold on.
The people who
Hold on.
made the law don't
Hold
have a
on.
dog.
I'm gonna play ignorant here too. Hold on. So, we have right down the street from my house. There's a trail, right? Just a hiking trail. Everybody walks their dogs on this. Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna forget this, but go ahead.
Everybody walks their dogs on this trail, right? People go fucking bananas if you don't pick up the dog shit on the trail.
I agree.
I agree. Pick up your dog shit or do what my dog does off the trail.
Oh,
I
flick it.
literally train my
Flick it
dogs
to the
off the
side.
trail.
Oh, flick it to the
They
side.
go to now. Here's the thing.
Throw it in your neighbor's yard.
Do you know what other animal also goes on those trails? I live, the town I live in, super rural.
Coyotes.
Horses.
Oh, horse. Yeah.
Horses are on those trails all the time, and horse shit's nothing to joke about.
You're gonna carry a shovel.
It's this big, and it's every 30 feet on this trail. Meanwhile, we throw up a stink about have the horse owners pick up their horse shit, right?
They don't-
They're literally driving in from other towns to use
So
our.
no one says nothing about the horse shit.
Oh, we do all the time. We
No,
say-
but it exists.
it's there all the time.
You know why?
why?
Because the guys who own the horses are making the laws.
No, it's there
Dogs.
because I don't have that 70-year-old guy writing fucking tickets. He's not there writing tickets. If the cops stayed there and wrote tickets, we'd have fewer horse shit. We'd have less horse shit.
Horse, they can't control a horse. They're riding a horse. They don't know when the horse took a shit.
Oh, you know.
How do you know? What are you
That's
gonna
the
turn your-
dumbest
what are you
shit
gonna
I've
put-
ever heard
Now
in
you're
my
gonna
life.
put mirrors on the horse.
That's the dumbest thing.
Well, let's put mirrors on the horse every time it.
Do horses just shit while they walk?
Yeah, of course they do.
I think they just shit while they walk in.
Yes. So why don't you people?
So
put
you're
this-
8 feet up in the air.
Oh, yeah. You know what happens from 6 feet up in the air? The horse shit falls on the ground.
With the clock and you don't hear it.
You don't
No.
hear it.
Sure as hell can smell it.
Maybe smell
See, the
it.
dog,
I can smell it from my house a mile away.
I know, I could imagine. Hey, you chose to live there.
Hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, so
If I
you
want to
should
change
enjoy it.
laws, I can vote for my select board member, and my select board member can change the horse rules.
How
I'm
about
gonna-
how about
I'm gonna
have a
vote for
meeting?
somebody anti-horse.
How about have a meeting and just talk to the horse people? Say, hey, can you maybe drive backwards on the horse whenever he takes a shit?
Because
you
the
know?
horse people generally are the wealthy people that make the laws, and they think they don't apply to them.
I don't think so.
I think so. That horse money, that's real money. I do okay. I don't have horse money. That's real. That's real. Horse money's like boat money. That's like you can just throw it away. I don't have that. I like my money to do stuff.
You know, on the beach, if they had a leash law, they wouldn't have these issues. That's all you need. Say, hey, leash your dog.
I just love how you can't put it down.
When we were kids, how many times you get bit by a dog?
Not too many.
I got bit a couple times.
Yeah, in the park, German shepherds used to chase you.
Oh, no leash. You're right.
Yeah, no leash.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
So there's a
crazy.
leash law. There's no leash law in my town.
No leash law.
No leash law.
You need a leash, just in case. I don't take. I take my dog.
Was your-
to the
was your-
bank,
was
I
your
take it
do-
to the post office?
was your-
no leash?
Was your dog on a leash when he was under the chair?
No. He doesn't need one. He doesn't
Why
run
not?
around. Maybe he did have a leash. I don't know.
All right. Figure out something else.
Sometimes he has a leash. But my whole conversation was about these people. Where you going? Hey, make sure it's in the toilet, not outside or on the floor. I have a law.
Leash
There's
law.
laws in this house.
Yes, a leash. Do you think he heard that?
Kid with this fucking horse shit, this, that.
Listen, I feel your pain with the dog, for sure.
Everybody has a. I was never a pet owner. I understand now. You have to have. How's this? The dog has a brain, a heartbeat, same organs we have. He speaks all kinds of languages, right? Understands all kinds of languages. The dog's an intelligent human being, pet, animal.
I get it. Can I ask you one?
And they discriminate on the thing.
Can I ask you when? And you could be honest. Be honest with me. Did you see a sign that said no dogs?
No,
I'm just. I don't care if you
truthfully,
did or not.
I never saw it.
All right.
It was probably. He says it was there. I didn't see it.
I just didn't know if it was posted well or not in that area.
No, it
that you
wasn't
could
posted.
see it. Evidently, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
Was it a hot day?
Fuck yeah, it was like 90 degrees. 80
That's what I mean.
something
So how does
degrees.
a dog even? Does,
I even told the guy, why don't you put him in the truck then and take him around with your air conditioner and bring him back later? He's like, oh, that's not going to happen. I said, what do you want me to do? Put him in my car? No, I wouldn't suggest that. I said, then we're not leaving. That's it. We're not leaving.
I got a hypothetical.
Yeah, go ahead.
Here's a hypothetical for you. This happened to me. I want to know what you guys would do. My dog was 6 months old, just turned 100 pounds.
Kind of dog.
The Newfie. Just turned 100 pounds. We used to like to socialize the dog to make sure he was friendly, right? And I had them both with me. I had my older female and my young male. My young male just turned 100 pounds. Big brown Newfie, 6 months old. We're driving through the public garden in Boston. These dogs are like a spectacle because they're so fucking big. So people come from
You
everywhere.
got 2 of them?
I had 2 of them. They both passed. But the people came from everywhere to pet these dogs, and we loved it. It was friendly. The dogs were great. Little kids, you get little kisses, whatever. Out of nowhere, this 7, 8-year-old kid comes running. I don't see him. He's behind me. Jumps on my dog's back, blows out both of his back legs. Gone.
Come on.
Swear to God. What do you do?
You sue the parent.
Sue the parent? It's the
find
first
the
thing you do?
Yeah.
It's the first thing you do.
You help the dog. The kid.
You help the kid?
you helped
Oh,
the dog.
you probably helped the
The
dog.
dog's legs blew right out.
Blew right out. Gone.
Yeah.
How was the kid? Did he fall? Did he get hurt?
The kid jumped on the dog's back like it was a horse. Kid's fine.
So are you trying to say there should be a law that you shouldn't
Are you
jump
saying
on
we
dogs'
should have?
backs?
You should have slapped the kid around?
Nope.
What are you
I
saying?
would have liked to. My first instinct, I took the kid, I threw him off the dog.
Threw him off the.
Threw him off
Why?
the dog. Picked
Why?
the dog.
Oh, threw
Because
him
he's
off the.
killing my dog.
Because you're emotional with the dog.
Of course.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Right? Throw the kid off the dog. My dog's on a leash, following all the laws that Boston had. No problems. Mother comes over, starts in my face, screaming.
You give her a backhander?
No, I wanted to. Can't do that. Right? But I wanted to.
Hey, Karen.
Starts yelling at me for touching her kid. I'm like, your kid killed my dog. So I grab the dog, put him on my shoulders, run, take him to the emergency room, right, surgery, everything else. But my question is, what would you do in that situation? And here's what it is. The law, the reason why I left, the law is not on my side there. Right? Now, I didn't hurt this kid. When I say I threw him off the kid, I moved him. Right? Quickly, but I moved him. I didn't hurt the kid. Got over there, whatever. Mother's mad I touched her kid. Now, she calls the cops. Cops come. Who's getting in trouble?
I don't know.
This guy. Of course I am.
They have to do an investigation.
Mother made a complaint assaulting a minor. It is what it is.
That didn't happen.
It did not happen. Absolutely not.
They didn't call the cops.
I don't know. I left.
You left.
Took the dog to the emergency room. Right?
You left the scene?
The kid wasn't hurt. I didn't hurt the kid.
Wow. What laws you broke.
Here's my point. The law values the kid more than my dog, which is right. That's the appropriate answer.
Now,
So when the cops don't bust the homeless guy's balls, right, because he doesn't have a place to live, he's got no bathroom to go
yeah,
to.
he lives in the street. He loves it. They love it. There's plenty of places for them to live. I continue. I don't want to.
They value that person's life over the life of your dog. You may value your dog's life over the life of that person. You very well may, and that's perfectly fine.
He belongs to me, just like I value my kid's life over everybody else.
Society's going to value the person more than the dog.
Let me ask you, theoretically, Anthony, could if you stayed and you talked to the mom, could you have told her that the kid was wrong and kind of countersue?
Tell me you're a cop.
I'm not countersuing
No,
anything,
you
right?
already
The
say-
kid's 8 years old. He has got. It's not his fault.
Don't touch the dog.
It's the mother's fault.
It's the mother's fault.
That's what I'm saying.
The mother had no idea how to raise her fucking kid to be good around dogs, so the kid did it. I'm not going to get mad at the kid.
Could you go after the mom?
Why would I go after the mom?
Well, for damages. I don't know what happened to your dog. I'm sure he had to get surgery and the whole 9 yards,
Sure.
correct?
Yeah. Well,
Is the dog part of your family?
of course it is.
Okay, it's part of your family.
Yeah.
More than any other pet.
Yeah.
Maybe a cat too. Some people are close to cats.
But you
But a dog,
So I got a perfectly.
We got more important things to enforce laws on, and they don't enforce them.
So who's to say that your dog's not territorial?
I haven't had a car since 1996.
I need to know where this is going.
I haven't been pulled over since. I've been driving my truck for all these years.
Okay.
When I had a car, I got pulled over thousands of times, lost my license a few times, and it just didn't work because that's what they did. They just pulled you over with a sports car.
Okay. Not because you were going fast.
No.
No. You weren't ever exceeding the speed limit, rolling through stop signs.
No. How many times you want to say my answer? Sound like the judge. No.
No. Because considering the amount of people that you know, if that was accurate, your license would have never got suspended. You never would have had
Profile. They profile discriminated.
Oh, they profiled the white guy in the
my
sports
last
car.
name.
Yeah, sounds like profiling to me.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, look at this guy. This guy must have some money. Let's pull him over for absolutely no reason.
I was a kid, no money.
Oh, okay.
Well, Anthony, you had your run-ins with, you said speeding and all,
Oh, yeah.
so you know
Of course, all the
relate.
time. But the difference is
you were speeding.
100%.
Okay,
100%. Why? Of course I was.
it wasn't the car you were driving.
You're going to blame the car for my right foot?
So if the car stood out,
What kind
color,
of car?
Oh, what? I've had 50 cars, Frank.
well, give us one.
I had 2 cars. That's it.
My first car when I was 17 was a Mustang Bullet
Oh.
GT, 2001.
I had a 1983
Kind of stood out.
I had
convertible.
No convertible.
Red,
I don't do
burgundy.
convertibles. Mine was silver. I had a Infiniti G37 coupe, 6-speed. I had a couple of minis. I had a 944 turbo that I used to drive around.
Oh, talk about the wealthy guy.
I bought them all with my money.
And you don't own a horse.
No horses.
Honest.
Never bought a horse.
No horses.
Come on.
Just horsepower.
When I'm done with the car, I can sell it.
Just horsepower.
Just horsepower. Yeah.
Just
Why get one horse when I can get 600?
Oh, back in the day, we had multiple cars, but you know.
All right.
It doesn't matter.
No.
But I broke the law. I sped, and when I got a ticket, sometimes I fought it if I didn't think it was legit, and when I didn't, I paid it. It is what it is.
Yeah, but there's too many stupid little laws. I guess that's.
Give me one.
No.
Let's play a game.
No
You give
dogs-
me a stupid law, I'll tell you
no
why they
dogs
made
on
it.
the beach.
That's not a stupid law.
Very stupid.
It's not a stupid law. It's a stupid law for your
Just
dog.
ask me for one. I give you one.
And I did.
And you don't want to accept it.
No, I do. It's a stupid law because I said I'd fight it.
Oh, you were going to comment it?
I was going to comment on it. It's a stupid
I
law.
thought you were going to give me a good law.
No, it's a stupid law for your dog. And that's where you're making the mistake. It's a stupid law for your dog. Might not be a stupid law for the other guy with the untrained golden retriever that's bitten 5 people.
So should your
Laws are not
should
made-
the people enforcing the laws on the beach, and if you were the chief or whatever, you say, hey, don't go busting balls, but make a good judgment.
It's what he tried to do, and you didn't leave.
He should have never drove up.
I disagree.
He didn't see the dog.
He doesn't know anything about your
I
dog.
can't continue.
All he knows is that you have a dog.
Could you drink on the beach? If you wanted to, could you have a beer on that beach?
Oh, you know what? I'll show you what's so how much discrimination there is in that dog law. Do you know Hampton Beach? You can't bring a dog.
Yes.
Okay, but do you know when you can?
Winter? I don't know.
September to April.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
What's that tell you?
They let you do it when the beaches aren't crowded and full of people.
Oh, you think that's right?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What? Tell me where I'm wrong.
Wrong. So dogs are owned by people, but they can't be around people.
Crowded people.
We think they live by themselves and they just come to the fucking beach. Hey, let's go to the beach. A pack of them go to the beach together? No, they live with people. You need a person to be a pack.
You ever been to?
Makes a really good.
Are you
No,
fucking
he doesn't.
kidding me?
No, he doesn't. Okay, hold on.
It seems like he really does make a
No,
point.
but
is
go
a
to
point.
Hampton Beach in November with your dog. How many people are there?
It's too
many.
cold. Number
How
one,
many
one
people are
dog.
there?
2 dogs and a cat.
Not many.
Go in June. How many people are there?
I go to the beach. I take a walk.
How many people are there?
Many.
Many people. You go to Hampton Beach in the middle of June,
So-
it's a nice day. You can't walk 3 feet without going into some other person. Now imagine all those people brought their dog. There'd be no room for people because you'd have all dogs there. There'd be dog shit and piss everywhere. Be disgusting.
So that's where you make the laws.
Exactly, which is
get-
what they did. You
if
can
you
have
get-
dogs there from September to April.
If you get caught, your dog taking a dump, then there's a $1,000 fine, and you don't clean it up. That's what I would do. Okay, because Marco Island is surrounded by millions of dollars in condos.
Okay.
All right, they're probably $1 million.
Sure.
This one is $1 million. You're telling me nobody has a dog.
I'm sure lots of them have dogs.
So the people who made that law, who was it? They have dogs? They don't have dogs.
How do you know that?
I know that. It's guaranteed. Just like I knew the fucking kid wasn't a model agency.
It's a little different. I'm getting tired of talking about your dog. I love your dog. I'm tired of talking about your dog.
These dogs, but hey, just do what you got to do. You want to go to the beach? Bring your dog. Don't listen to nobody. We brought the dog.
They should have isolated areas.
Yeah, they
have
should have
dogs
isolated
and
areas.
not.
They should do something about it.
That's an idea.
I got a great idea. Both of you guys have excellent ideas and should run for the council in whatever city you want to bring
Here's
your dog
the
to the
problem.
fucking beach.
Here's the problem.
And then fine, you make the laws.
Some people, if
There you go. I think we fixed the issue.
they won't vote for me.
Roll the credits. I think we're good.
They won't
think
vote.
we solved
They
it.
won't. All right, I'll do it. I'll run.
Run.
Guarantee. They see the name, boom, nothing.
Why?
Because it's happened with other names. Let me ask, when's the last time a fucking Italian has been president or vice president in America? Go ahead.
They don't,
How come?
because they don't have to. They have a lot of power in the lower seats where it matters, where the laws are actually made.
In the Senate?
Sure. In the state
How
legislature.
many seats they occupy?
In Massachusetts?
True greasers. Yeah.
In Massachusetts?
Yeah, Italian.
The president of the Senate
I know how many.
is
I looked it
Italian.
up.
Yeah. I don't know. It's got to be, I don't know how many members.
So they don't want to run for presidency.
Why would they?
I'm just
A
asking.
lot more power at a state level than there is at the federal level. Why be a figurehead when you
Did
can
your
have the real
father run
power?
For Senate or something?
My father ran for state senate. He ran for attorney general,
There's like 140 of them, I think.
which is, God, that's
I looked.
probably the single largest representative in this city, probably next to Irish. It's got to be.
So there's got to be something to be said why they don't even want to go near that position.
Well, to date, as far as I know, the only Roman Catholic president was John F. Kennedy. Everybody else has been Protestant Christian.
What did they do to him? Exactly. That's what it all started with that prick. Who took over? Johnson?
LBJ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He started all this bullshit in America.
You wouldn't agreed with any policies of JFK at all. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Sure it does.
They whacked him.
I get
They
it.
took him out because he didn't want
I
to
get it.
listen.
But you're
They
saying
took
that's-
him, his brother. They took everybody out.
Yeah.
They're doing the same thing now.
To who?
I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to get into it with you. Lyndon started this bullshit. in this country. That's common sense.
No, it's good. I like how you know.
But-
I like you know when not to push me.
Because it's going to go nowhere. We'll be another hour. I like the dog conversation better. Because that's real. You and I, that's not going to be real. It's your opinion, my opinion. So,
Only one of us has facts.
in reality,
Yeah.
most of the Italians, governors and mayors, were where? In New York.
And Massachusetts. Sure.
Who was in Mass? As an Italian.
Salucci?
Salucci. Okay. I forgot about him. I was thinking LaGuardia,
Sure. Cuomo. Yeah.
Giuliani,
Yeah.
Cuomo.
Yeah. Both Cuomos.
And how did everything run when they had it?
Depends on who you ask.
Back and forth, yeah.
Depends on who you ask.
It's just things are different today.
I don't see how Italians operating things makes a difference necessarily.
Mario,
Just saying, everybody wants inclusivity today.
I don't see.
I don't see the Italians pressing that we need to have an Italian president or we need to have an Italian here. We need to put an Italian there. We never asked for that. You don't ask. You don't see Chinese people asking for that. You don't see anybody else asking for that.
Outside the first wave of immigration, we've never really been segregated for anything. There's nothing.
Because we
That's,
never complained.
doesn't mean we've been set apart at all, right? There's nothing that's
Just saying.
There's nothing
This
that's been at.
inclusivity bullshit that's going on. Here's what happens: we include all these people that wanted to be included. Once they're included, they don't care about anybody else. They start the whole process all over again.
That's sort of the point.
That's what's happening right now.
No,
I see it. I go to town meetings. I see how you talk. People
right.
talk, waste their fucking time because they already have their answers.
Let me ask
They're
you.
already told the answer.
Let's do it this way.
That's bullshit.
You're an Bruno. I want your opinion on this. You're an excluded person that all of a sudden becomes included, right? What group do you fight for?
I mean, the group that I'm part of.
Bingo.
Absolutely.
Oh, but we're trying to get rid of that.
No, you're not. Inclusivity does not mean eliminate everything else. It means fight for those who have not had them before.
Fight for the people that don't do nothing. Don't invest their money. Don't fucking risk. Don't do nothing.
That's not
what we're working.
No, that has nothing to do with being
They
inclusive.
crucify everybody that risks and invests their money today, and they want to tell them how to do it because they know better.
How do you manage to jump topics so quickly?
ADD.
The problem was inclusivity. Now you're talking about people that don't invest their money wisely. How does that
Brought it up.
things don't know I didn't. You talked about
I was
inclusivity.
fine with the dog because I think it needs to get out there that people who make decisions about dog laws should take in consideration that a lot of people have dogs and they need to change the laws.
And they
And they make
and
it
the same
inclusive
people
that dogs get on the fucking beach like everybody else. Dogs understand every language. All right?
they don't
they
understand.
do.
No, they don't.
Well, they could.
If you're a dog in France and you talk French to it, it understands
Yeah,
you.
they adapt
If
it.
you're a dog over here, it understands
But that
English.
same dog's not
If
going to
you
speak
take it in
English.
Asia, they understand everything.
They need 6 months in another
Like a
country.
training course.
Yes.
Yeah. They need to assimilate into the new culture that they've been.
No one takes that into consideration. People sleep with their dogs.
I don't.
You don't sleep with your horse, do you? I mean, what the fuck? I could prove my point, and those assholes already have their answers. This is what sucks today. You could
Because
make the
there's
point,
no point you
like me,
can
I'm
make.
making my point 1,000%, and you won't accept it.
Because it's not a point. You can't make a point against a law. Change the law.
There is no laws.
There is a law. You got fined for it. On the ticket, they wrote you. They said per Florida general law, section whatever. subsection
MGL.
X,
Yes.
right?
And what did they accomplish?
They pissed you off enough
the
to
answer.
talk about it for a fucking hour on a podcast.
Let's find out what they accomplished.
They got $100 out
The
of you.
fucking dog was on the beach the whole day. They didn't change anything.
They got $100.
They got $100.
Oh,
That-
so what?
that's what it was.
So what's the law? What was the law for? To keep the dogs off the beach or collect money?
Collect the money.
Or listen to fat shit Karen?
It's both. It keeps the dogs off the beach for the people who can't afford to pay the $100. And if you can pay $100, you get to have your dog.
I'll tell
on the
you
beach.
why. To the
Exactly
fucking
what it is.
person
Why
that
don't they just
backs
charge
down to these people, okay, we'll wrap up and leave. I'm
So
sorry,
Anthony,
officer.
why don't they just charge $100 to get on the beach with your dog?
No shit. Why don't they just do that?
Charge $50 to get on the beach.
Again, great idea. Run for city council.
In Naples?
Sure. Lobby the council.
We could.
I'm done with this fucking
Anthony, he's there for you as a dog owner.
It's fine. He can be there for me as much as
But
he wants.
you should be like,
I'm not paying $100 to bring my dog to the beach. I'll wait for November to April.
Okay. Got an answer there.
He's scarred from the kid jumping on his boat.
I know. I would have annihilated the fucking kid.
I'm sure you.
I'm just saying, I would
would have
have.
slapped the mother a backhand.
Ah,
Where's your
that would've been
husband? Where's
fucked.
your father?
It wouldn't have been good.
I hear you.
That's not good. I guess my whole conversation, I think I was trying to lead to the difference in people. How people created history with their stupidity. That's what I was trying to get to. Yeah.
It's a hell of a stretch.
By enforcing stupid laws. You know what I mean? First of all, the people who made the laws, especially that restricted certain people in certain places years ago, that had to be the stupidest fucking thing you could ever do. And the people that supported those laws, even stupider.
Has there ever been any good laws?
Of course, there's great laws.
Okay. Do people make mistakes?
Every day.
Sure.
Not mistakes
And
that change history.
And mistakes, well, changing history's aggressive.
But-
There's been very huge mistakes that have changed the course of history. Japanese
We
internment in
continue to
World
do
War
it.
II.
We continue to
Sure,
do it.
But mistakes fucking happen.
Nah.
It's done it, right? But my
They're
point
not
is,
mistakes, they're
you're right.
choices.
No, it's not a choice.
They're
You're
choices.
making a wild generalized stretch from getting $100 for a dog ticket on the beach.
No, I'm not.
Into like
I'm
some
not.
historical fucking
I'm
concept.
identifying the piece of shit that wrote the ticket that has the same mentality to tell a black person, oh, you can't go in this fucking restaurant. How stupid can you be
not
to
this-
tell someone to do that? I'd be like, hey, guy, eat all you want. I don't give a fuck about this law.
And you could do that.
And I would have done the same thing with the dog. Oh, it's a small. I don't give a fuck. Keep your dog here.
It's different laws.
Instead of giving you a ticket, just give me the 100.
Different law.
Cash.
You can't possibly equate the two.
It's the person.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. It's the person,
don't
the
think he's
stupidity
equating
of the
the two. I
fucking
think he's
person.
just trying to
They're control freaks. It's the
Trying
only
to make
time.
An inflammatory point.
No, it's the only time this human has a little bit of power in his life. Then he goes home and acts like a little bitch to his wife.
And I'm sure he enjoyed it. And he was like,
he
made his day to write you a
He
ticket.
was so pissed.
It would make my day to write you a fucking ticket, actually. It would properly make my day if I could
win
write you
at
a
the
ticket.
end. The
What?
ticket has nothing to
That's
do
fine,
with
but
it.
I get $100.
I don't give a fuck.
I'm going to write you a
Here's the
ticket.
crazy part. If
You know what I'm
Frank-
going to write him a letter?
Piece of paper. I'm going to write a ticket.
Here's the crazy part. If Frank went back there tomorrow to that same
I'm going to
beach,
the same beach.
he'd go to the same beach with the dog.
And they'd get another $100.
I know it cost me $100 to go there. I don't care. And you know what I'm going to tell him? I put the 100 on Bitcoin and I already fucking quadrupled it. So I got an extra. Here, take an extra 100. Fucking piece of shit. All right, but
You want to end on that? You want to go to a happy story about police?
no, I just want to talk about or wanted to.
How about a happy police story?
Yeah, I got a lot of friends.
I
that
get
are police officers. They're good guys.
I get two.
But not every one of them are good because they get this fucking problem with
I get
themselves.
a happy police story. I like this one.
Plus, you know what the problem is? They see too much, so you can't blame them.
I was driving from my apartment in Watertown, and I was driving to the North End. I was meeting a girl there at Cafe Paradiso.
Pre-marriage or after marriage?
Well before marriage.
I
was
just wanna justify.
18.
Never know.
No, we know. We're
Just
very
asking.
clear.
I'm just asking.
18. And at the time, I had a pretty cool sports car at the time, or at least I thought it was cool, whatever it was. And I am absolutely screwing. And I'm on the Fresh Pond Parkway. And you guys have driven that.
Screwing the girl?
No, in the car. Trying to get
the
there.
car.
No,
You're screwing.
I'm with my buddy, going fast.
screwing.
Oh,
Screwing.
your buddy.
Going fast.
I've
All right, go ahead.
first
You're going
time
fast
I've
with
heard
the car.
that. That's fast.
I'm going fast.
Screwing.
Really fast.
Change the word.
The word's definitely you. You're screwing in the car with your girl.
He's driving fast. We're beyond screwing.
Jesus Christ.
Go ahead. Okay, good thing this is pre-marriage.
And you're 18.
I'm 18.
Go far.
Oh, he's overage.
The Fresh Pond Parkway winds, right? It's two
Yeah.
lanes, windy. There's no barrier in the middle.
Like the Jamaica way.
It's a 30-mile-an-hour zone. And there's this guy in a Honda station wagon, a Accord wagon. Remember those in front of me? Will not get out of my way. Every time I get in the right lane, he moves over. Go in the left lane, he moves over. So I go, fuck it. Third gear, go around him. Double yellow around him, right? Pull up to the light at the end of Fresh Pond Parkway before you get to like where Buckingham, Brown and Nichols School is, where Memorial Drive is. Cop rolls down his window. He's in uniform on his way to work. He says, get out of the fucking car. So I get out of the car. Give him my license. He goes, what the fuck are you doing? You just passed a cop on a WO line. I was like, you're unmarked. You have no lights on. You're not even on duty yet. Was I doing something wrong? Yeah. I was like, I got a good reason. The bar closes in half an hour, and I got to go see this girl. And I noticed his name tag. And it had the most obnoxious Italian name on it. I mean, it was 15 letters long. I show him my license. He goes, nice Irish boy. I'm like, yes, sir. He goes, if she's good, she'll wait. And he just lets me go. I was probably doing 100 miles an hour on the Fresh Pond Parkway.
Wow. You see that? The Italian thing worked for you.
It did. That's a nice cop.
Okay, that's a good story.
I also had a different friend when I'm driving in the car in Belmont who would not pick his head up if we drove by a cop because he was one of the only African-American students that we had around town, and he didn't want to get pulled over for DWB. And sure as hell we did.
What's the
Bad cop. Driving while black.
Come on. There's something like that?
It's not an actual law.
Oh, I don't know.
You're showing your age.
Jesus. I've never had any good experience. You?
No way.
I was
would have got
tortured every
pulled over
fucking
by a
day.
flattery.
You've never had any good. Give me
Have
your worst
John
one.
Oh,
O'Hearn
what? You know what? I have a good one.
I want to hear John
got away
O'Hearn's
with it.
story.
John O'Hearn would have pulled me over. O'Hearn.
Yeah.
Not 15 letters.
Sure.
Not 15 at all. Stay in the car. I'd say about 5 minutes later, paddy wagon and another cruiser behind me.
Okay.
Absolutely arrested.
For what?
Speeding.
How fast were you going?
I don't know, 80,
In a
75.
in
Tops.
in what? 30?
It was so long ago.
You're fuzzy on the
Not being
details. then.
registered didn't help.
Oh Jesus!
But he could make a judgment call.
Of letting you go
Why not?
unregistered?
Unregistered? Seriously?
Stolen?
No, that's
come
stolen.
No license?
Had a
Stolen
license.
car?
Drunk?
No. No, it was it was
It was stolen. It was unregistered. He was drunk. Why didn't he let you go?
it was
You had no lights
That
on.
was discrimination, 100%.
Did you own the car?
I'm kidding about that. No, I'm only kidding.
I did get away with
What I'm trying to get at is that you got pulled over by an Italian cop, and that's a very nice story. I got pulled over by nothing but Irish cops, and they were pricks.
Yeah.
Sure.
Pricks across the board. Not arrested, but tickets, and yes, and abused.
Sure. But that's also a product of where you grew up.
Well, in
Massachusetts?
No.
the 80s,
Specifically where you grew up.
Massachusetts.
80s and 90s, they tortured us. But you know what I did once? I remember, I just came into my head. So this kid, where I used to work when I had the flower shop, the kid was next door, and he's like, I gotta go to Gloucester for something. I says, oh, I'll take a ride with you. And he had a girl with him, and we shot up there. And this girl had 500 flyers. She said she had to pass out. So he had to go get some bread from a certain bakery he used. So whatever, we spent some time there. We're having coffee, and she's like, Rocco, I gotta go. I'm like, Jesus Christ, why did you bring her? I gotta pass out the flies. She wouldn't shut the fuck up. I said, Rocco, let me drive. So I'm driving home, right? Rocco's in the front seat. The chick's in the back. The whole time chirping away. I gotta go. Buy fucking flyers. I gotta give the flyers away. I take the 500 flyers. I open the window and I fucking hum them out the window, right? I look in the rearview mirror, right? There's a car plastered with fucking flyers, right? And all I see through the flies is fucking blue lights. I'm like, no way. No fucking way. Out of all the cars, there's no fucking way. There's a car behind me. And he's like, pull over. He's out there, pull over. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm done. I pull over. I'm like, fuck. He pulls everybody out of the car except for me, the Rocco and them. And all of a sudden, I'm like, he's yelling and screaming at them. I'm like, Jesus Christ. He must think they threw it out the window. And all of a sudden, the girl comes back and goes, oh, you're fucked. I go, what do you mean? She goes, Rocco's ratting you out. I'm like, a piece of shit. All of a sudden, he goes, you get out of the car. I'm like, all right, let me explain. You ain't explaining nothing. And I wasn't even listening to him. I'm like, listen, I know this one. I know that one. I swear to God, I'm running a litter committee for the mayor in Medford, and I can't believe it. I'm prepared to pick up every flyer. It's a $10,000 fine. I go, I'm prepared to pay the fine and pick up all the flyers. Now, he heard who I said I knew. He's like, now get in your fucking car and get the fuck out of here. I'm like, what? He goes, get out of here. I jumped in the car. I was like, shoom. My buddy calls me like 2 minutes later. What the fuck did you do? I'm like, kid, I had to throw your fucking name. This guy was ready to shoot me on sight. He's like, he's pissed. I'm like, no shit, there's 5,000 flyers all over the fucking 128. He's like, I don't even know. He goes, keep going. Don't even pull over. That guy will kill you. And that's it. That was the only time I ever got away with anything.
Looks like you deserved it.
Yeah, that I deserved. I would have took the beating for that. But everything else, borderline.
So what do you say we all take a break, grab all our dogs, go to the beach?
I'm going to run for a dog committee. I'm going to start a dog committee. I'm
can see you
hoping
be the
some
dog
people,
cat.
if they ever hear this, please consider that everybody has a dog. Change your fucking laws. If it's about the money, charge $100 to go on the beach. End of story. Show your true colors.
Can't do that.
There he goes. I'm trying to fix the situation.
That was absolutely about the money.
All right.
Good night, cousins.
Good night. I said good night to all the dogs, too.